is Neil Mackay, owner of Mackay's, the much-loved hardware store on East Road, directly opposite these new traffic measures. Good morning to you, Neil.
Good morning, Emma.
Nice to speak to you again. What are your thoughts on this then?
Well, I personally have been trapped in that particular lane, and the blue light came on behind me. The vehicles in that lane could go nowhere. They couldn't move over as we would normally do, and I believe that the ambulance was actually delayed about 2 minutes. That could make the difference between life and death in an emergency situation. And when I get back, I'm presently away, but when I get back, I'm going to stand in East Road, because it won't take long for me to actually film one of these incidents happening. The number of blue lights that we have down East Road on a daily basis is enormous. It will happen. I'll only have to wait a few minutes. One important thing, as previously said by your other speakers, is that this is part of the GCP's attempt to justify congestion charge. We are having a massive walk and the march and rally on the 27th, where we're going to be having 3 marches starting from Sainsbury's on Brooks Road, Newmarket Road, Tesco's, and also the Shire Hall, converging on the Parker's Peace at 1 p.m. on the 27th. I urge everybody to come along and get involved in that. But this is an experiment on East Road which needs to be stopped now. I've got a letter in front of me where they actually say this is supposed to last for 18 months. It's an experiment. It's an experiment with people's lives.
Okay, so you're confident you'll catch this on film. I mean, Joseph there kindly sent me a photo of East Road with those bollards yesterday, so I can see how there's nowhere for cars to go should an emergency vehicle approach from behind. There's just no room that they can go to. So I understand what you're saying. We'll have Cambridgeshire County Council coming on after 8 o'clock, so we can put those accusations to them and questions to them.
I can't see how they can possibly justify it. It's absolutely ludicrous.
Well, we'll find out what they have to say, Neil. But how is it affecting you and the business?
Well, indeed, anything that slows down the traffic and causes people to think twice about coming down East Road, or alternatively go to somebody else, another business on the outskirts of Cambridge as a result, quite frankly, that is the last thing we want, because the high street is under attack from left, right and centre, the internet and all sorts of other items. Eventually, businesses like mine will be forced to move out of Cambridge to some no-name industrial estate. This is an absolutely ludicrous situation. We put these very points to the people at the GCP display at the Abbey Stadium the other day, and they said, Councillor Bagent said, well, we've only got plan A. They haven't planned for plan B. They haven't thought about it. They've only got their minds set on congestion charge, and this is part of creating some sort of result that will mean they can justify bringing it in.
Well, we'll see what they'll say to that when we speak to them at 8 o'clock or just after.
I will be fascinated.
Yeah, I'm sure you will, as will others, Neil. Were you consulted at all about this?
I received a letter it arrived in my office on the 24th of last month, informing me these works were going to be taking place on the 30th. So I tried to contact the people concerned, the project manager, a person called Vanessa Kelly, and the person in charge, the executive director, Steve Cox. Eventually, actually, Vanessa did call me back, but we didn't have an opportunity. I was very busy at the time serving customers. I didn't have an opportunity to fully discuss the matter with her. But basically, it was just rushed in, and there was very little in the way of consultation.
Okay, that's very interesting. Now, you're currently in Ireland. Did you run to Ireland because things are that bad on East Road, Neil? Is that what this is?
No, this is our first opportunity. My wife's from Cork, and it's our first opportunity to get over here to catch up with relatives since the start of the pandemic. It was a much looked forward trip, and I'm delighted to have the opportunity to phone in from Carrigaline, just outside Cork, and put my point of view. This has got to be stopped right away.
Well, Neil, we welcome your point of view and thank you very much for coming on. Stay tuned because get onto BBC Sounds. You'll still be able to hear us, Neil, and you'll hear after 8 o'clock.
I have it lined up here in front of me on my iPad.
Fantastic, brilliant. Thank you so much, Neil. Speak to you soon, I hope. That's Neil Mackay there. After 8 o'clock, as you heard, we get to talk to Cambridgeshire County Council and find out the reasons behind these changes and put some of those accusations to them that Neil was talking about, re the congestion charge as well. How is this affecting you? Has it affected you? What are your views on this? Have you witnessed these new bollards going up? And have maybe you witnessed an emergency vehicle getting caught up in that traffic, unable to get through and delaying it, precious moments? Give me a call, let me know your views on this, please. 08000 85 95 96. You can, of course, WhatsApp your comments as well to 08000 321 333. Just please start your message CAM, and to make it even more easier for you to get in touch, you can email me, Amir, that's AMIR, at bbc.co.uk.